are not birdie opportunities or par saves like you will hear talked about on TV. They are simply opportunities. Opportunities for you to make the next shot great, not because the last one was bad or because you want to putt from a certain score on your next stroke, simply because the shot you are about to hit deserves all of your attention, focus, and a positive attitude. We hope you enjoy this yardage book and the guided tour of the golf course as much as we enjoyed making it for you. Be sure to thank everyone that is working so hard to put on a great event for you to compete in. They will greatly appreciate your smile and a handshake as you say thank you. And gentlemen, please be sure to remove your hats when doing so. Have a great tournament, and we will look forward to seeing our books being put to good use out on the golf course. As for the course itself, I would like to go over the symbol key to make sure that you fully understand everything you are about to come across when creating a strategy for your rounds. The checkered circle is going to represent the line of sight that was used to measure the depth and features of each green. It will be in line with the middle of the fairway, so if you are on one side or the other, you may want to tilt the book to get a better view for how the green is shaped from the side of the hole you are playing from. The dotted lines represent slopes or undulations in the green that are significant enough to cause your ball to bounce or roll off of them. As you work through the book, you will often see numbers on both sides of these dotted lines, representing the number of paces from the front edge of the green to the bottom and top of the given slope. The curved solid lines represent greenside bunkers. It is important to note that not all bunkers are marked, but the ones that are marked are meant to provide you with some perspective about where the features of the green are in relation to the bunkers. The arrows indicate the severity of the slopes. Simply put, the more slender the arrow, the less influence the slope will have on your ball. The slender arrows are very subtle slopes. The moderately thick arrow is enough of a slope to where you don't want to be on the high side of it, and the thickest arrow is definitely something that you should negotiate around in order to create opportunities for yourself throughout the round. Before we get into the actual yardage book, I would like you to push pause, print out the book you just downloaded just in case you haven't done so already, and go get a pen or pencil, then come back ready to take some notes about what you're about to hear. The opening hole of the Mission 9 is a par 4 that is best played from the right side of the fairway. The green itself features 3 mounds that will move the ball around the green if you so happen to find one with your approach shot. Feel free to be aggressive to a front or middle pin, but be conservative to a back hole location. The best play to a pin located on the back portion of the green is to hit it up the midline of the green and slightly short of the hole. The second hole is a par 4 that veers off to the left. It may be tempting to hit driver down the left side and get it as close to the green as possible, but I would recommend teeing off with a club that will leave you with 100 to 120 yards to the green, played down the right center of the fairway. Hitting your approach from this position will give you the best angle into this green. The only undulation is on the left side of the green and really won't come into play, especially for a pin located on the right side of the green. Favor the left side of the fairway and leave yourself about 100 to 125 yards for your approach shot on the third hole. The entire green slopes from right to left with 2 mounds on the left side of the green. Depending on the line you have into the green, it will be best to stay to the right of the mounds to a left pin location so as to eliminate the possibility of any unfortunate bounces that could make getting up and down for par rather difficult. The first par 5 in this 9 is fairly generous off of the tee, with 2 fairway bunkers that don't come into play if you tee off with a club that stays short of them, ensuring this is a 3-shot hole. If you choose to take an aggressive line off of the tee and can carry the ball 260 yards, then blast away down the left side of the fairway. Your second shot should leave you at 100 yards or more for the approach to ensure that the 2 fairway bunkers closer to the green do not come into play. If you are going for the green in 2, be sure that you obtain accurate yardages to the 2 bunkers and take enough club to get over them. This green complex features 2 mounds, one on the right side and one on the left, that definitely demand respect when preparing to hit your approach shot. Stay below a front or middle hole location if at all possible, and obtain accurate yardages to each edge of the mounds to eliminate any unpredictable kicks off the sides of them with your approach shot. The fifth hole is the first par 3 on the Mission 9, and you are encouraged to stay short and to the right of any pin location. The green has pronounced slopes around the edges that will make getting up and down hard if you are aggressive to a back pin and do not find the putting surface with your tee shot. The 6 requires 2 good shots to give you a look at birdie. Your best play off of the tee is down the left side of the fairway, leaving you 110 to 125 yards to the middle of the green. The green itself has a shelf on the back left portion and a small mound on the right side. The back right hole location is the friendliest you'll find in this green, as the green is mellow in that area. If the pin is in the front of the green, feel free to take dead aim at it. If you find a pin in the top of the left shelf, be sure that you calculate the yardage correctly and choose a club that you can land softly onto the green. The 7th hole is a par 3 that may not seem like much from the tee box, but you may be in for a real surprise if you flirt with the right side. Stay below any pin on the left side of the green for a simple uphill birdie opportunity. If the pin is anywhere near either of the mounds on the right side of the green, be sure to be pin high left and putt into the bowls created by the mounds. Aiming at a pin tucked in amongst these slopes may reward you with a very easy birdie putt, but it can also kick your ball off of the green and easily give you a bogey or worse as a Happy New Year gift. Second to last hole in the Mission 9 is a par 4 that narrows a bit in the landing area for your tee shot. If you hang back with something less than driver, then you will be left with a lengthy approach. I would encourage you to hit a driver and something shorter in your practice round to see which one is more comfortable for you off the tee. Once you find the fairway in this hole, your work is only half finished. There are 3 mounds that are ready and waiting to cause trouble if you get too aggressive with your approach shot. If the pin is tucked beyond the mound in the front of the green, but below the one on the left side, then take a very conservative line, leaving you pin high and putting to the small portion of the green. The middle of the green is fairly level. If you find a pin here, then be sure to thank the tournament director after your round for giving you a nice gift. The closing hole in the Mission 9 is a par 5 that will force most players to lay up. Favor the left side both off of the tee and for your second shot. If you cannot reach the green in 2, you will want to lay up to at least 110 yards from the green. There is a large hill 150 yards in the middle of the green on the left side of the fairway that will add yardage to a ball that lands with a bit of speed. After a successful layup, you will want to get an accurate yardage to the features of this green. The green is separated into 2 levels by a large slope that runs from middle left to middle back right. Both levels of the green have minimal slope, so the only challenge with your approach will be to get onto the correct level. The opening hole of the Friars 9 is a par 4 that veers slightly to the left. The left fairway bunker may look tempting to try and carry to cut off some yardage, but there is really no advantage to that play. Favor the right side of the fairway off of the tee, and you will have a great angle to the green for your approach shot. The green is sloped rather severely from back to front on the entire right side. There is a large mound protecting any back left pin location, but with an accurate yardage you will find a fairly level putting surface beyond the mound. If the pin is on the right side of the green, be sure to stay below the hole for the best birdie opportunity. The second hole is a par 5 that will definitely favor longer hitters. If you can carry the left fairway bunker, you will find that the ball will take a favorable kick, giving you some extra yardage and a good shot at getting home in 2. If you don't quite bong drives off of the tee, then favor the right side of the fairway and make this a 3-shot hole. If you take the conservative 3-shot play, then be sure to lay up to 90 yards or more to avoid the 2 bunkers that sit between 59 and 86 yards from the middle of the green. Whoever designed this green either didn't get enough sleep or woke up on the wrong side of the bed. There is a large slope that runs from right to the back left and will be sure to wreak havoc if you don't control your approach into the green. If the pin is below the slope, then stay below it at all costs, even if that means you have a basic chip from just off of the green. If the pin is above the slope, then you can be a bit more aggressive with it, but be sure to get an accurate yardage to the top of the slope so that you get your ball onto the correct portion of the green. The third hole is a dogleg right with plenty of trouble if you are not smart in how you play it. Favor the left side of the fairway and leave yourself between 110 and 130 yards for the approach shot. Your second shot will play to a slightly elevated green that has 2 mounds on the right and left of the green. but not as much going on to any pin located beyond them. Go ahead and take an aggressive line to a front pin, but don't go too crazy to a middle or back hole location. Choose a club that will land softly under the back portion of the green for the best ball control and a good look at birdie. The fourth is a par 3 that will test your alignment skills and your level of focus. From the back tee box, the green is at an odd angle, requiring more club to carry onto the left side of the green than the right. It is best to stay short and right to any hole location for either a low-stress birdie opportunity or an easy up and down for par. Getting a 3 here is definitely nothing to be ashamed of. Favor the left side of the fairway off of the 5th tee box. You will want to leave yourself at least 145 yards from the green to take the fairway bunkers out of play. Once you have successfully found the fairway, then the fun really begins. The green features a slope that pretty much eats up the middle. The top of the slope is 2 paces beyond the center of the green, and it protects a rather boring upper and back portion of the green. If the pin is in front of the green, you will want to be sure that you are pin high or just short of it. If the hole is located on top of the slope, be absolutely sure that you have enough club to get back to it. Otherwise, you'll be faced with a putt that feels like the green has glue on it because it's so slow. The 6th hole is the second and last par 3 that you will find in the Friars 9. The right side of the green is fairly mellow with a mound in the back right portion that will act as a good backstop should your ball roll more than you'd like once it hits the green. The left side, however, offers a bit more fun. The mound on the left side of the green has significantly more influence than its counterpart on the right side. If the pin is located on the left side of the green, you will want to make a point of staying below the hole for the best look at birdie. The 7th hole is a par 5 that features a fairway sloping from left to right nearly all the way from tee to green. The first bunkers on the left will not come into play off the tee when you place your drive down the middle or on the right side of the fairway. If you are in a position to do so, you will find that laying up to a distance between 75 and 110 yards will give you a good look at controlling your ball into this wild green. The green itself features 2 mounds that are ready to gobble up any errant approach. Obtain accurate numbers to these mounds depending upon the line that you have into the green, but no matter if you choose to be conservative or aggressive into the green, I would recommend that you stay below any pin for a good uphill birdie putt. I know I may sound like a broken record by saying that, but nothing worse than hitting 3 good shots into a par 5 only to be left with a testy downhill putt for birdie. The second and last hole in the Friars 9 is a par 4 that is best played from the left side of the fairway. Your second shot will be played onto a green that slopes off of the edges, but is really rather boring in the middle. Be conservative with your approach to this green, and be satisfied with having a birdie putt on what seems to be the most simple green in this 9. The closing hole in Friars is a par 4 that should be played from the right side of the fairway. The green features 2 large mounds on the right and left side of the green. There is room for a pin right in between them, but that wouldn't be a very friendly thing to do to the field. If the pin is in the front part of the green, go ahead and work to get it close. If you are playing from the right side of the fairway to a back left hole location, then you can also take an aggressive line to it. The only thing I would caution here is that if the pin is in the back right corner, you should leave your ball pin high left and putt back to that portion of the green. A bad kick is not guaranteed if you aim right at such a pin, but why risk it if it's not necessary?